Hello, my dear friends. I understand that some people may wonder how a Catholic YouTuber can express disagreement with the Pope. As a Catholic, we are compelled to align with the Pope's authority exclusively in matters of morals and faith. In areas outside of these, such as climate change, immigration, global politics, or war, which often represent the Pope's personal opinions, individuals are free to express their agreement or disagreement as they see fit. So now let's dwell into the topic of our discussion today. As many are aware, Israel has declared war against the Palestinian militant group Hamas in response to their terrorist attack, resulting in the unfortunate loss of over 1,500 Israeli lives. In the context of this ongoing conflict, Pope Francis has called for a ceasefire, a stance with which I hold a differing opinion. Like many Catholics around the world, my initial concern is to grasp the morality of Israel's declaration of war. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, particularly in paragraph 2309, offers a thorough framework that any nation should consider before embarking on the path of war. We will dwell into this conflict, employing the principles of the just war doctrine as our guide to help us navigate the intricate ethical dimensions of this situation. So let's get started. The first criteria is just cause. The just cause criteria states that a just war must have a morally defensible reason, often framed as self-defense against aggression, the defense of innocent life, or the restoration of justice in response to grave and certain wrongdoing. In light of the imminent threat to Israel's security, sovereignty, and the safety of its citizens, self-defense stands as the primary and essential option in response to Hamas aggression. In this scenario, the Israeli government is tasked not only with shielding its innocent civilians from the relentless onslaught of terrorist attacks, but to completely eradicate the terrorist infrastructure of Hamas to prevent any future massacre of innocent civilians on both sides. So it seems like Israel has more than a just cause to wage war against Hamas. Now going on to the second criteria, legitimate authority. This criteria states that the decision to go to war must be made by a legitimate authority, typically a government or a governing body, rather than individuals or non-state actors. This authority should act in accordance with the moral and legal norms. Now, applying this to our situation, the Israeli parliament has approved a law empowering the country's prime minister and defense minister to declare war without full cabinet approval in extreme circumstances. If a terrorist attack on innocent civilians is not an extreme circumstance, I don't know what is. Now, the third criteria, last resort. It states that all peaceful means of resolving the conflict must be exhausted before resorting to war. Diplomacy, negotiations, and non-violent methods should be pursued first. Now, applying this to our situation, Israel and Palestine have been involved in numerous unsuccessful peace initiatives, global summits, covert talks, UN resolutions, and state-building endeavors. Despite all these efforts, the underlying tension between these nations persists. The primary obstacle to achieving peace between the Palestinians and the Israelis is that one party desires for peaceful coexistence and the other party seeks the complete destruction of Jews. In the light of the recent tragic events, some might argue that Israel has exhausted its alternatives and have no choice but to declare war. So it seems like the last resort criteria also aligns with the just war doctrine of the Catholic Church. Finally, the fourth criteria, probability of success. It states that a just war must have a reasonable chance of success. Going to war when there is little or no chance of achieving the intended goal is not morally justifiable and can result in unnecessary suffering. It is a well-known secret that Israel possesses one of the world's most formidable military capabilities, characterized by a highly advanced air force, a robust intelligence community, strong strategic partnership with the United States, and many more. In the absence of intervention from other proxy countries, Israel's military strength suggests a strong likelihood of success in this war against Hamas. It is highly likely that the Israeli military will continue to weaken Hamas military capabilities during the ongoing conflict, and especially if there is no significant global pressure for a ceasefire. In conclusion, it's quite clear that Israel's decision to go to war complies with the principles of a just war in the Catholic tradition. Hence, I endorse the continuation of the war until Hamas terrorist infrastructure is entirely eradicated. Suggesting a ceasefire at this juncture could potentially enable Hamas to regroup and rearm, and therefore it may not be a wise course of action. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. God bless you.